Today, we've got an exciting new reel from Shimano. This is the brand new for 2025, the Twin Power XD FB. So if you can't tell, I'm super excited to share this reel with you today. The FA model from 2021 is a phenomenal reel. I just did a review on it. You can watch it right here if you want to see that. It was a phenomenal reel. So in this video, we're going to go over those improvements and share how this is different from the FA model. We're gonna go through the specs of this reel as well, let you know all the nitty-gritties about it, and we're gonna get it in the hand and see how it feels, so stick around. Before we get into any of that, guys, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. So few of you that watch are actually subscribed to the channel, so I'd really love for you to go do that. It takes 2 seconds, it's totally free, and really goes a long way in helping us moving forward, so please do that. So let's run a quick overview of this reel if you're not familiar with it. So this is a lightweight, inshore, kind of lighter duty type reel. It's only offered in 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 sizes, but what you're getting is an all metal body. You're getting an MGL rotor, ultra lightweight. You're getting a small foam power handle in all the sizes. So this is just a phenomenal reel for the inshore application, especially things like artificials when you're casting a lot. Even the 5K size is great for some snapper, offshore, things like that. It's just a phenomenal reel that's ultra strong. So the body is Shimano's cold forged Hagane body. So it's an all metal body. It's not cast. When you cast things, they get brittle. They can be prone to breakage. When they're forging things, especially cold forging, it's just a super superior way to make things out of metal. There's no flex here, ultra lightweight and ultra strong. They're putting that same manufacturing process into the gearing system of this reel as well. It's got their Hagane cold forged gears. Again, super strong, super lightweight. And then you got micro module gear 2 in those as well. So you're getting smaller gear teeth. So you have more teeth meshing together between the main gear and the pinion at any given time. So that's just going to be smoother overall. And that also decreases the amount of force that's applied on each gear tooth. So, if you have X amount of force split between 2 gear teeth, you have 50% on either side. If you've got that same amount of force split between, let's say 10 gear teeth or 8 or however many it is, you're just getting less load per gear tooth, which is gonna make each tooth last longer. We've got X-Ship as well, again, which is nothing new, just like the other few features we just went over, but X-Ship is a bearing that goes over the main shaft on the top, and there's also one on the bottom, so they sandwich the pinion gear in between 2 bearings. So what that does is that just really keeps the main shaft of this reel lined up under load. Some reels will have a tendency under load when you're pulling hard with tight drags for that, that main shaft is going to want to slide a little bit because it's being pulled so hard. So that just supports that and makes sure that, that's not moving, because if that main shaft is moving, that means the pinion gear that slid over it is coming out of alignment slightly with the main gear. So this just totally eliminates that. But again, those few features are nothing new to this reel. So what's new in this reel? So this is my favorite one. This is the biggest one in my opinion. The FA was so good, but it did not have infinity loop. Look how slow that oscillation is on there. It's just so slow, but what does that do for you? Why is that good? So that stacks line incredibly close together on the spool. So what that does is when you're casting, that line's not having, so you got the bail open, that line's not having to jump up and down the spool as fast to get off of the spool. So when it's having to jump like that, it's creating resistance basically on itself. So it's not allowing you to cast as far. So when the line's stacked close together, super close together, it hardly has to move when it's flying off the spool. So this really helps you make a long cast. I've mentioned this before, but the first time I fished a Stella FK, which also has this technology, also an $800 reel, not the price of this that we'll get to later on. First time I fished one of those was 2,500 with an NRX. It was a super nice combo. I was throwing a 1/15 ounce Z-Man Ned shrimp when we were sight fishing redfish. The first handful of casts that I made at fish were like 50 feet past. I was not ready for the amount of casting gains that this infinity loop was giving me. So you'll notice a huge difference in that feature itself. If you've never fished infinity loop, I strongly recommend you try a reel with it. Shimano's the only company that offers that. Nobody has hopped on that train yet, so it's exclusive to them, but try it. It's absolutely amazing as far as casting goes. The next new thing this has over the FA is back to the gearing a little bit. It's Infinity Cross. So we talked about the gearing and how the teeth mesh together, and this goes right to that point. So Infinity Cross, they're a little vague with how they describe it, but what they say there is that the teeth of this is purely between the main gear and the pinion gear. but the gear teeth mesh together perfect. So we already talked about the X-ship and how that keeps them aligned. This is taking it one step further. So they're basically making sure that the gear tooth between the pinion gear and the tooth on the main gear, oh, I did those backwards, the pinion gear and the main gear, they're making sure the whole tooth is making contact with the whole tooth of the other gear. So there's no hot spots on each individual gear. So that's going to attribute to amazing smooth feel, but also it's just going to help lengthen the life of those gears and make sure that those teeth are not prematurely wearing unevenly. You're just getting a very strong gear and a system that's going to last an extremely long time. You got infinity drive as well, and this is a special coating over the main shaft and a couple other pieces. This attributes just to an ultra smooth feel. This is significantly smoother than the FA, which again, great reel, super smooth. They've just improved upon that and made that better with infinity drive as well. The last big upgrade of this reel over the FA is the Duracross drag. So the FA had the cross carbon drag. This now has the Duracross drag, which is the same drag that we first saw in Stella. And they've trickled that down. That's how they do things. Everything new goes to Stella and then works its way down. So now we've got the Stella drag in this Twin Power XD. So basically what this drag is, it's just a super cutting edge carbon fiber that they're using in the drag discs. So you're getting 10 times the drag durability of other drags out there. And it's still ultra smooth, definitely smoother than the cross carbon drag. I mean, obviously it's gonna hold up 10 times longer. So phenomenal drag system. Very happy to have that in this reel. And the rotor real quick, this is their MGL rotor, so it's super lightweight. But again, this is nothing new. The FA model had this, but it's just a great rotor, especially combined with the metal body. It's super lightweight, super rigid, and that rotor really helps that smooth rotational feel and that minimal startup inertia. We'll get into the full feel, but I mean, you can see the handles wanting to go on me. Just the weight of the handle right there. So super smooth, nice lightweight rotor that's very strong. So those are the main standouts of this reel and the improvements they made, but you've got a lot of the other Shimano technologies like the G-Free body, you got X-Protect, the anti-twist fin, and a bunch of the others. Those are the bigger standouts though. But let's get into the specs of this reel. So I've got a 3000 size, so all the specs I'm gonna list are for this exact size. So this reel has a gear ratio of 6.4 to 1, has a max drag of 20 pounds, it weighs 7.1 ounces, it holds 200 yards of 10-pound Power Pro, retrieves 37 inches of line per crank, has 11 bearings, and this reel costs $469. Now let's get this reel in the hand and see how it feels. All right, here we are in the hand, and obviously it feels great. I mean, it looks phenomenal. It's very simple looking, which these reels have kind of always been that way, just that dark navy here, even the navy blue spool with some chrome accents. Great looking reel, but it feels lightweight. Nice and strong. I mean, there's no flex in the body there. Didn't expect there to be with that Hagane body. But yeah, super smooth. I mean, the actual action while you're reeling is butter, but also the startup inertia is like not there. And you see the handle dropping, just the weight of the handle pretty much. And it's a foam power handle, so it's not like you got a bunch of weight sitting here pulling the handle down. I mean, it's just that. I mean, it really is that smooth. Obviously the slow oscillation there, as you can see. Let's feel the bail. Bail feels great. I mean, it has almost no kickback, which is super nice. It feels like less kickback than some of the other reels, which is nice. The drag. Normal sounding Shimano drag, not too loud, not too soft, sounds great. But yeah, I mean, the reel just looks great, feels great, makes me excited to fish it. I really want to get it out in the water. So there it is. I think it's a great reel. I'm super excited to see how this thing fishes. I've not had it on the water. We literally just got this reel in. As soon as these come in stock, I'm gonna have links in the description. We don't have them in stock yet. Hopefully gonna get them, around ICAST. It's gonna be a bit, but it's a super awesome reel. And I think it's a great improvement upon the FA model. Again, especially with that infinity loop. That's one of my favorite features of these newer generation Shimano reels. And I'm excited to see that keep trickling down. If you want to see a comparison between this and the FE or even the FA model, let me know down in the comments. But that's it, guys. If this video was helpful for you, please go ahead and like it and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. But we'll see you in the next one.